Hey guys, it's me, Elena, and today I have another cloth diaper video for you. Today we're going to be talking about troubleshooting leaks in cloth diapers. Now this is a highly requested video topic, and I hope I can be helpful for you guys. I do have an old leaks video, but it's literally like one of the first cloth diaper videos I ever put up here on YouTube, so I don't even know how helpful that video is, but I'll leave it down below. This is going to be totally different. We have a lot more to talk about, and yeah, let's hop right in. So I do think right off the bat we need to kind of talk about some vocabulary. So we're not just talking about leaks, we're also talking about wicking issues and oversaturation issues. So I want to talk a little bit about the different kind of leak situations you could find yourself in using cloth diapers. So first of all, you could have oversaturation, which means you put the diaper on baby pees so much that the absorbent material inside the diaper is soaking wet. That's an oversaturated diaper that probably needs to be boosted with a little extra bit of material, a little bit of extra absorbency to help it hold more pee. And we'll talk more about boosters later on. You could also just have wicking problems, which means that the moisture inside of the diaper is touching baby's clothes and wicking the moisture onto baby's clothes. So this could happen maybe at baby's like belly button or in baby's legs. It just kind of depends on what kind of outfits, what kind of clothes they are wearing, and how tight or how close it is to the diaper. And then you might also have some kind of confusing leaks where there's definitely pee that's come out of the diaper, and yet when you open up the diaper to change it, the inside isn't totally saturated. It's not totally flooded with pee, and yet the pee somehow still escaped the diaper, right? So let's move back to oversaturation. If the diaper is so soaking wet at the 2-hour mark, that means that you probably need a little bit of extra absorbency inside of that diaper, or you might just need to change baby more frequently. Typically, we say to change baby every 2 hours. Now, that does not mean wake baby up from a nap to change their diaper. That just means, generally speaking, throughout the day, you want to kind of be thinking, change baby every 2 hours. You're not going to change baby overnight every 2 hours, but just generally speaking, you don't want baby to be in a wet diaper for a long, long time, right? So if you get to that 2-hour mark consistently, every time you're changing right at 2 hours and every time it's a really wet diaper, you're probably looking at adding a little bit of a booster into that diaper setup. Now, a booster is just an extra bit of material that you're adding into a diaper. It could be another random like insert that you add inside of a diaper. It could be something that's specifically called a booster, like a hemp booster that has the particular fiber of hemp in there that holds more moisture than microfiber or cotton does. If you have a newborn, a little bit of a booster might just be a simple little terry washcloth. It's just a little bit of extra absorbency you can just fold in there, just like a typical washcloth you would have in the bathroom. Fold it inside a baby's diaper, and that little extra boost of absorbent material can be what you need to help last a little bit longer. Absorbency on tiny babies like newborns can be very difficult because newborns only drink for their food, right? They're only drinking milk or formula for their food, and so they're going to be peeing a lot. And for such a tiny little body, they are peeing a ton. Since their body is so tiny, it's hard to put a big fluffy diaper on them though. It's hard to add absorbency without it looking ridiculous or just being hard to fit on them, right? So the newborn days can definitely be difficult as far as trying to tweak your absorbency without having a super fluffy butt on baby. As far as wicking is concerned, I also think that wicking becomes a bigger problem in the tiny baby days than in the bigger kiddo days for some reason, at least in my experience. I'm currently cloth diapering my 3rd kiddo, and I just tried to avoid clothes that I know are going to have wicking problems. Now, that might not be the best answer for everybody. If you already have your baby's wardrobe and you don't want to go out and spend more money on new clothes for baby, I totally get it. But that's how I combat leaks as far as wicking leaks are concerned. I don't put baby in onesies that are too tight in the crotch section. I just find that when you snap that onesie right there in the crotch, the little sides there can sometimes get tucked up into their creases and just get too close to the diaper, and then you just get wicking issues. I also don't usually put like like actual pants on baby very often when they're teeny tiny, because when the waist is too tight around their belly, right there at the front of their diaper, you can get wicking issues there as well. So I just try to avoid those kind of pants. Instead, in the summertime, I put baby in t-shirts and a diaper. My kiddos run around in t-shirts and a diaper all the time. I don't mess with onesies that snap down at the bottom. Just put a shirt on them. If it's warm out, great, it works. As for like when it's cooler out and I want baby to be a little bit warmer, I just put them in, you know, like sleeper outfits or sleep in plays or any kind of romper where it's like all one piece and it's not tight around baby's waist. That's how I dress baby to avoid wicking issues. Now, as for leaking, the strange leaks where you take the insert out of the diaper and it's only like a little bit wet right here and everything else is dry, and yet for some reason it still escaped the diaper, that could be an issue with not having your diapers prepped enough. So when you get new natural fiber diapers like cotton, hemp, bamboo, they do need to be washed several times to get those natural oils off of the actual fibers so that the fibers can then absorb the pee. So you don't have to, like, if you just randomly bought like 3 new diapers, you don't need to run 3 diapers in your washing machine over and over and over again to prep them. Just throw them in with your regular laundry, throw them in with your diaper laundry. When they get all done with this batch of laundry, throw them in tomorrow's laundry. You know, you don't have to make a specific like time set aside to wash these guys to prep them. Just throw them in with your regular stuff for several days in a row and they'll be good to go. So how do you know if your diapers are prepped properly? How I do that is I will take the absorbent material, lay it down on the counter, and dribble some water on top. If the water goes in and absorbs quickly onto the material, it's good to go. If the water pools up on top or it beads up and it takes a while to absorb in, or it doesn't absorb in at all, it needs to be washed a couple more times. Now, there are some other things to consider as well. If you're using pocket diapers, you can have different types of interior stay dry layers in these pockets. So this is a Sunny Bums pocket. It has athletic wicking jersey inside, and this is a Bungies pocket, and it has like a fleecy, suede-y kind of material inside. So the inside material of a pocket diaper does matter if you have a flutter. So a flutter is a baby who pees a ton of pee all at one time, hence the term flooding. My baby Barret went through a little phase where he was flooding his diapers around like 3-4 months old, and I was terrified because I was getting leaks out of pocket diapers with tons of absorbency inside. I love to use big fluffy Green Mountain diapers, Clothies brand muslin flats inside of my diapers, and I know that has enough absorbency. And so I was like, what is happening? How is he not soaking this and yet flooding out of his diaper? It was driving me crazy. But I realized it's because he was just going through a flutter phase. I hope you guys do not have always flutter babies. I hope if you ever see a flutter baby, it's just in a stage of it and it's not like that. The baby's not like that forever. So if you have a baby who pees a ton of pee all at once and you're getting some leaking issues in a traditional kind of suede interior pocket diaper, maybe try out some athletic wicking jersey pocket diapers, because they allow the pee, the liquid, to quickly go through that layer and go into the absorbency inside. So I just have some random hand-dyed flats inside there. So a flutter, that's a situation all on its own. You may also have a heavy wetter, a baby who just, instead of peeing a ton all at once, maybe they just pee normal amounts of pee like very frequently between the 2-hour changing marks. And so you're gonna want something that has a little bit more absorbency in there. If you watch any of my cloth diaper reviews, I try to always include an absorbency test total for you guys. I consider 1 1/4 cups of absorbency my bare minimum. That's what a typical bird's eye flat diaper pad folded up will hold for me. I do prefer to have like 1.5 cups to 1 3/4 cups, but 1 1/4 cups is like my bare minimum. So if you ever watch any of my review videos on particular diapers, I always try to include how much they will absorb based on my own standard of 1 1/4 cups. Now, I have also been asked for some tips on leaving the house wearing cloth diapers, using cloth diapers on baby. So I know that that can be stressful when you're first starting out and maybe you just want to use disposables when you're running to the store or you're going to grandma's or whatever you're doing, okay? Maybe you just want to stick to disposables for a little while. Once you get into the habit of using diapers at home, once you understand the absorbency you have, if you've tried different styles of diapers and you realize these ones just hold more pee than these ones, then you know I'll only trust these ones when we leave the house, okay? So once you get to know your stash a little bit and start to feel more confident in your cloth diapering ability and your kiddo's, you know, pottying behavior, then you will feel better about going outside of the house. I don't want anybody to feel guilty about using disposables whenever you want to use disposables. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Use disposables whenever you feel like you need to. The last thing we need is to leave the house in a cloth diaper, have a leak, have a bad experience, feel embarrassed, and then never try to do it ever again, okay? That's not what we need to do. Just wait until you are confident enough. I don't have any real like tips for leaving the house. It's just about having the confidence. Once you've been working with cloth diapers at home and you feel confident enough, you'll get there. You'll get there. And then you can put cloth diapers on baby when you leave the house instead of depending on disposables if you don't want to depend on disposables. But I do not want anybody to feel guilty about using disposables every once in a while or whenever, okay? It's not a big deal. That was one thing that I kind of felt like turned me off in the beginning. I didn't want to start cloth diapering and then also use disposables. I felt like it had to be all or nothing, and I feel like that's kind of how I pushed it off for so long trying cloth diapers, and I don't want people to feel like that. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So I really hope this video was a little bit helpful for you guys. I hope there was something in here that helped you figure out maybe what kind of leaking issue you are having and how to hopefully fix it. If you have any tips, please leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot of Cloth 101 kind of content I want to get out. I've been getting lots of requests for videos, and I even asked on Instagram for requests, and everybody sent me so many good ideas. So I have lots of stuff in my little head and out on my paper and everything for videos to come. Let me know if you have any particular requests for like Cloth 101 style videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.